It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. The last time we spoke, we were talking about procrastination, and you did mention that you had some idea that you were going to start reading ahead and also to set up your own deadline for your assignments instead of going on the professor's deadline. So tell me more about that. How's that been going so far?
I fell off the wagon.
You fell off the wagon. In what way? Tell me a little bit more.
So again, interruptions became the main reason. Or is it poor planning? Honestly, I think it's more interruptions coupled with poor planning that caused. So I had to go out of town. I work for myself, and so I'm doing stuff as clients come because the money seems to matter much, or my family needs me, and I'm running for them because I don't say no, and so, interruptions.
So I'm a bit confused.
Mm-hmm.
Is it family? Is it your job? Is it what do you mean when you say interruptions?
Okay, so the interruptions, it's not any one major thing, but I think mostly though for what pushes me back is job. Because if something comes in, I putting it at the forefront. But then I go back to procrastination because the honesty is now talking to you. The honesty is I know I have to do it, and then because I revert back to what I said I wasn't going to do by waiting because I know the deadline is this day. I have this day to do it. And sadly, it's reflecting in my grades.
In that you are seeing your grades drop, or what do you mean when you say it's being reflected?
Yeah, so I'm losing 4 points. When I used to get full points for my stuff, I'm losing 4 and 5 points here and there. So much so I'm a little concerned, like, am I going to get that A that I was striving for, so...
What do you plan to do with that? Because I do understand that you're saying that you have all these issues, but how are you going to prioritize grad school? Because I know this is very important to you.
So after last weekend fiasco of rushing through something, so this week I did not wait until Tuesday to look at my thing. I started looking at it Monday, and I took my book from the office. I was planning to take my book from the office to go home to start reading my chapter so I can get my work done in time, except I left the book. So it is, again, I left the book, so that's one more day pushback.
So is this poor planning on your part, or because this was important to you and you were supposed to take your textbook with you to do your assignment, and you left
do my
the
reading.
book to do your reading?
Well, it's assignment, I
right?
guess.
And then you left the book.
Mm-hmm.
So then you lost a few days.
So I lost 1 day so far. I've lost 1 day so far.
Okay. So were you able to do your assignment and meet your deadline for that because you wanted to take that book with you?
Well, no, I'm talking about, so for this coming assignment now. And so it was after my last weekend where I went out of town, left my book and all that stuff. Now, coming forward, the plan was I'm doing better. I'm going to do better. So yesterday my plan was to take my book, read at least one chapter or half of the chapter, so at least I'm ahead, so today I could finish another chapter. But I left the book last night. So that's what I'm saying. I left the book, and so I did not read last night.
So this is two. Oh, I was a little bit confused. So it's two opportunities where you've left your book behind. Oh, instead of so did not get the opportunity to read as you wanted. So
Right.
what are your plans?
For my proper planning per se.
Okay.
So, what am I planning?
Yes.
I'm gonna go try again today to remember the book,
Mm-hmm.
to read the book. But better than last week, I actually look at the assignment already. I have in my mind what's required of me, and so I just need to go read the book
Okay, when's your assignment due?
on Sunday.
And you feel that you will be
No,
able...
as a matter of fact, I have to do a discussion that's due on Thursday,
Mhm.
and yeah, so I need to read the chapters in order to be able to discuss.
But it must be difficult for you to leave everything and then feel rushed to go ahead to complete your assignments on time.
Yes, it is difficult, but and that's why I say the rush. I'm not doing my ultimate best because I'm rushing, and so especially say that it's the topic is that you have to delve deep into the thing, and so it's like I said, I got by, so I scratched the surface just to make sure I turned something in, and that's the behavior I'm trying to change. I don't want to scratch the surface. I want to actually, while I think I'm learning some stuff, but I'm still scratching the surface as far as putting a paper together in order to submit.
Okay. So now you're working on completing this assignment, and hopefully you're attempting to go ahead and working. Is there anything else that is happening that you think that you can pinpoint and that you can work around so that your grades doesn't get affected, or is there anything additional concerning your job that you think is affecting you?
Well, again, I think it has to be where you make a plan, you stick to the plan, and carry out the plan. And so I'm thinking if I make the plan, stick to the plan, and carry it out, then I'll be able to do it.
Do you think that we can come to some, start making some goals that we can work towards you doing it so that you're successful?
That would be a nice start. And goals, and goals that I'm going to actually follow through on, and not go crazy, get my head all going crazy, like just flying in the wind type thing. So I think as much as you're saying as a grad student or as an adult, you should be able to be a self-starter. I am a self-starter in some things, except that I'll wing it when I can. And so I think that's what I'm doing now. But you're right. I think looking at doing goals should be an avenue to look into.
Do you think we can come up with some goals or come up with some ideas now that will assist you in the future? I know you attempted to do the reading ahead and also to not do the deadline. But is there any other goals or something else that you want to add?
Well, like I said, I think not just looking at it from just the assignment perspective of it. It's also probably looking at it more holistically at my overall what goes on in my life and make the plans from there. So if I have to get my to-do list out every day,
Okay.
and do my to-do list, follow through on my to-do list and, plan, maybe use an hour on each thing as opposed to stretching some things for 2 hours, understanding that I need to fit my school in every day. But then by the time I'm done with all the work, the time for school stuff is probably missing. So I probably need to put the 1 hour, because the truth of the matter is some stuff are not urgency that I'm doing, and I probably spend longer than I'm supposed to on them.
Okay. So I just want to be clear. There's some things that you don't necessarily think is priority, and you've placed some more time on it than things that you would deem as priority. So if grad school is for the time being, that would be your main priority right now, or job? What is your priority right now?
But you have to, it has to be both, because I need money to live, and I'm trying to get myself up to a certain level, so I need a grad school as well. So both of them are on par, if you ask me.
Okay. So you think working together to do a to-do list of the tasks that you need to do daily would be something that you would be interested in?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you think that will work for your schedule? Because I know everything goes around your job and your time, and as you say, you're a self-starter.
Yeah, and I think mainly is creating a to-do list, prioritizing, doing a priority checklist, of all the things that I have to do, and more importantly is figuring out how to minimize my interruptions, or minimize the things I procrastinate on.
Okay.
Or it wouldn't be the procrastinate, but minimize how I manage my interruptions better.
Okay. Because the key is, as you had mentioned earlier, was some of the main things were the interruptions. Yes, you did mention your family, in that sometimes you will have to do things for them. So you think if you minimize the interruptions, or not really placing your family on hold, but manage your time much better.
Yeah, or managing the interruptions. When I say managing the interruptions, I'm probably thinking that, understandably saying, if you ask me to do it now, can I do it in about an hour instead? So then I get that thing done, and I'm not stopping in the middle, and then, or, creating that time slot that I say, throughout today, I only will use 1 hour of interruption. And then that 1 hour of interruption, sticking to that 1 hour.
Okay, so that seems to be an attainable goal,
mm-hmm.
in that we can work towards doing a to-do list, and we can also work towards less interruptions, and also the option also of reducing or making your priority list. Okay, that seems to work well with you. Is there anything else that you would want us to discuss? Not at this time. Well, okay, so then the next time that we meet, I would like you to work on managing, as we discussed, your time much better, and working on doing a to-do list.
I'm managing my interruption.
And also the key is also to managing those interruptions, because I do understand that at times things can somehow find its way in making sure, or things can find its way in interrupting, and also to make sure that we're on the same page with it. Well, I do want to thank you for your time. I do appreciate it. So hopefully the next time when we do meet, we'll be able to go over some of the things that we mentioned in this session, and we will work to more attainable goals. Thank you. Thank you so much.